Welcome to our Community Connection 2025 election show, where we will interview the candidates running for one seat on our Sun City Hilton Head Community Association Board. Each candidate will give an opening statement where they will describe their credentials for this important position. Then each candidate will answer questions prepared by the election committee. And finally, the candidates will give a closing statement where they will tell residents why you should select them and trust them to work for our community. We will rotate the order of the candidates and ask that they limit their responses to 2 minutes.
My name is Wayne Porter. I am the chair for the election subcommittee. We have 4 candidates running for the one open position in Sun City. I'm sorry to say that Marcia Schroeder, for personal family matters, has had to drop out as a candidate. At this point in time, the 3 remaining candidates for your consideration are Greg Card, Joe Passiment, and Jim Pierce. Thank you.
Let's start the opening statements with Greg Card. Greg?
People ask why I'm running for the board of directors. I, like you, bought into the vision that Del Webb had 30 years ago, where he took this property and developed it into a place where active adults could play and have fun. He built us softball fields, golf courses, swimming pools, art centers, dog parks, all for us to play and have fun. Then along came some good folks who created 70 charter clubs, 30 special interest groups, and 40 community groups, all so we could play and have fun. There was also some folks that came along and gave us rules, governances, and things that we needed in order to play and have fun without chaos. I'm running for the board of directors because I want to be part of the next 30 years. I want to ensure that Sun City has the enhanced and sustainable future that we need.
And now, Joe, your opening statement.
Hi, everyone. I'm Joe Passiment, and I'm running for the Sun City Board of Directors because I believe in thoughtful government, transparent leadership, and a strong connection between our board and our residents. I've been associated with Sun City for 18 years and moved here permanently in 2015. Since moving here, I've served Sun City in various capacities. I was the chairman of the Finance Committee, as well as the vice chairman. I was also the vice chairman, and the secretary of the Government and Business Affairs Committee. Now, beyond Sun City, I've held key positions in Beaufort County. I was the chairman of the Beaufort County Council for 4 years. I served as the finance chair. I also serve on the board of directors of the South Carolina Association of Counties, where I represent Beaufort County. My professional background spans over 4 decades in education, public service, administration, and I've created and oversaw budgets, policies, and operations for dozens of school districts. I've served on boards of education for not only school districts, but vocational school districts, as well as a trustee of 2 county colleges. I know what it takes to be responsible for the assets and well-being of the Sun City residents. I will bring a steady hand, a collaborative mindset, and a deep commitment to preserving the excellence of our community while preparing it for its future.
Next, we'll have Jim's opening statement.
I would like to give you my qualifications and experience why I believe I would be an asset to be on the board here in Sun City. I went to night school for 10 years under the GI Bill. I have 2 associate degrees and a bachelor degree in business management. I am an Army veteran. I was a volunteer fireman for 22 years, 6 years as president of that company. I was one of the neighborhood reps in the neighborhood of Summer Place Village. I was a member of the committee who elect a state representative and a state senator for the state of Pennsylvania. I was an employee and consultant for the following companies and groups. 22 years as a systems analyst for a major steel company. I also worked at Community College of Allegheny County, H.J. Heinz, Federated Investors, which is a money management company, also the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Pittsburgh Steelers. At each location, I had 3 responsibilities: make it a safer environment, reduce costs, or improve productivity. In closing, I would like to finish by saying the following. If you live in a maintained neighborhood, you want me to be on the board to represent you. If you belong to a charter club, you want me on the board to represent you. If you have a handicap placard in your car or on your golf cart, you need me to be on the board to represent you. Thank you, and I would appreciate your vote in the November election.
Now for your first question. Let's limit your responses to 2 minutes. One of the major responsibilities of a board member is its fiduciary responsibility, establishing and overseeing a budget of over $30 million. If elected, which of your past experiences will be of the most help to you in fulfilling this responsibility? Joe, we'll start with you.
Okay, my experience as the chair of the Finance Committee for Sun City and the chair of the Finance Committee for Beaufort County has served me well. I spent 16 years as a chief financial officer for various school districts, so I've developed budgets, I've developed policies and procedures that need to be adopted for those particular organizations. As an executive county business administrator, I was also responsible for 86 school districts, not only their budgets, but their policies and their operations. These roles, I believe, have prepared me to be a steward of Sun City's over $32 million budget.
Now, Jim, it's your turn to answer.
Of course, I've never done a $30 million budget, but I have done budgets for my family, for wherever I'm working at the time. When you do a budget, you must prepare for changes. All budgets cannot be 100% accurate. So all I'm saying is be prepared, prioritize which are items that you need for that year. Prepare to make changes.
Now, finally, Greg, your response to our question.
I've been president of 2 companies in my business career, and both of them required me to budget and implement to support a $50 million budget. So a $30 million budget is within my comfort zone. The budgeting process to me is an exciting time. It's when we develop our fiscal roadmap for the following year. It's a time when we assess our needs and we fund our resources. It is a time when we can have opportunities to evaluate savings through negotiation, consolidation, and or using technology. Through reviewing we need to review our strategic plan during the budgeting process to make sure that we're looking at funding for our future needs.
Candidates, if elected, what do you hope to accomplish while on the board? Are there specific changes or improvements that you feel need to be made? We'll start this time with Jim.
Yes, I'm talking about personal experiences. I want them to treat all groups, all clubs, and all individuals the same.
Greg, it's your turn to answer.
During my business career, I focused on great customer service, striving to take it to the next level. We trained all of our employees, regardless of their position, to understand what great customer service meant. Customer service is everybody's business. It's who relies on you to do their job to get your job done. We set expectations for great customer service both internally and externally. Great customer service to me is personal. We used technology to enhance the customer service experience. Sun City is all about great customer service. Every resident interaction should raise the bar just a little bit higher.
Finally, Joe, what is your response to our question?
Okay, if elected, my goals are as follows. First, strengthening communication between the board and its residents. I want to enhance transparency in decision-making. I want to assure that our amenities and infrastructure evolve with the needs of our growing community. I want to be proactive in planning and residential engagement, whether it's improving access to information, supporting sustainable development, or ensuring our budget reflects community priorities. I want to further develop trust and ensure residents feel they're being heard and kept informed. I also want to ensure that our committee system that we have provides residents with the opportunity to assist the board and its directors in making decisions that will affect all of our residents.
Board members bring a range of skills and professional or volunteer experience that benefit the community and its lifestyle. Which of your skills or experience do you feel would add value to the board? Greg, how would you answer our question?
My strength is in organizing and planning. I've authored and implemented many business strategies. Plans have to evolve with external conditions. Hurricanes, inflation, recession, or even the outbreak of war. In our strategic planning and our business planning, we added an element of contingency planning. Contingency planning is where you evaluate the what-ifs in life. So plan A is your plan, B, C, D, and E are your answer to the what-ifs.
Joe, it's your turn to respond.
Okay, my background in education, public administration, and governance equips me for the unique blend of analytical, leadership, and communication skills. I've led complex organizations, I've built consensus across diverse groups, and managed multi-million-dollar budgets. These experiences allow me to contribute meaningfully to board discussions and decisions. My management style is consensus, while assuring diverse points of view are considered, respected, and included in the decision-making process. My experience in preparing agendas, meeting materials, and documents will provide residents with a clear understanding of what is being asked of our residents and the purpose of those actions.
Finally, Jim, please respond to our question.
As I said in my original statement, that I'm always looking to reduce costs. I would make sure that every expense that is over $2,000, that there would be 3 bids on it. Over $5,000, we would need 2 signatures.
Candidates, here's our next question. Board members bring a range of key attributes such as character, talent, habits that benefits the board's productivity. Which of your attributes do you feel would add value to the board? Greg, how would you answer this question?
I wake up each morning with a purpose. I have a list of things I want to accomplish for the day. If you elect me as your representative, you will become my new customer, my purpose. And as I said recently, is you will receive great customer service from me. I will act as your representative, making decisions that best of all of us. I will always be thinking of you when I make those tough decisions.
Joe, it is your turn to respond.
I'm transparent, collaborative, and solutions-oriented. I listen carefully, act ethically, and always put the community's interests first. My long-standing commitment to public service reflects a deep sense of responsibility and a belief in the power of collective process. My platform centers on responsible governance, sustainable development, and enhancing the amenities that support all our residents that live, work, and play in Sun City.
Now, Jim, how would you answer the question?
One word, transparency. Again, I'm talking about personal, what has happened to me while I was a neighborhood rep. Transparency. You will never hear me give you an answer we are in agreement. You'll never hear me give you an answer, just no. I promise you, whatever question you ask me, I will give you a full response.
Candidates, this is our last question. What more do you want residents to know about you? Let's have Joe answer first.
I've been associated with Sun City for 18 years. We bought our first house in Sun City on the south side in 2007. We became permanent residents of Sun City in 2015. We currently live in Riverbend. My wife, Elisa, and I have built a life here surrounded by family and friends. I understand all the things that make this community that special place to live, work, and play.
Jim, what is your answer to this question?
I am a see something, say something person. I'll give you an example. Throughout Sun City, you'll notice the blue reflectors that are on the streets. They're there for a reason. They tell you where the fire hydrants are. So being a volunteer fireman for 22 years, I know if there's a call 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, I cannot see that hydrant. So you approach it with a spotlight on top of the cab. And when you get on the street, you start searching for the hydrant. When you see that hydrant, you make the determination to do a front lay or back lay. So, as I said, I'm a see something, say something person.
Finally, Greg, how would you respond?
Volunteering and serving others has been my lifelong journey. It was instilled by my parents. My parents were volunteers in many organizations, and my siblings and I were a part of their activity. We were, as I would call, the worker bees. I've discovered self-satisfaction in serving others, and I look forward to serving you. As my dad would always say, when you leave this earth, how do you want to be remembered?
Candidates, thank you for answering our questions. We hope that your responses help residents decide who to select for a seat on our board. In your closing statement, please tell residents why they should select and trust you to work for our community. Jim, please provide your closing statement.
Okay, I'm going to give you another example of see something, say something. And again, these all happen in Sun City. If anybody goes to the Hidden Cypress gym and exit the door, crossing the first parking lot, on the left side of that crossing lane, lifestyle and security would park their vehicles there. If you notice, if there's a vehicle parked on your left side, that is a blind side. Golf carts and cars cannot see you, nor can you see them coming up the street. I approached Joe Shedding pertaining to that, and Joe corrected it in 24 hours. But somebody had to tell him. So I'm asking all of you out there, if you see something, say something.
Greg, it's now your turn to respond.
Thank you for allowing me to share my life experiences with you. I hope you have a glimpse of how I would be and how I would best serve you. I ask you to consider two things when you vote. One is who will represent you best, and the number two is who can you trust. Thank you for watching this broadcast. My name is Greg Card, and I would appreciate your vote.
Finally, Joe, please give us your closing statement.
I'm not running for personal recognition. I'm running to serve. I want to serve residents and to make sure they feel heard, respected, and confident that the board will work with them. Sun City deserves leaders that are experienced, transparent, and deeply committed to the community. I bring decades of leadership in finance, education, and governance. I've consistently prioritized collaboration and accountability. My track record shows that I'm not only capable, but deeply committed to the well-being and future of Sun City. As a member of the board, I will be a leader who listens, acts, and delivers. I ask for your trust and your vote, not just to serve on the board, but to be a voice for every resident. Together, we can preserve and enhance what makes Sun City exceptional while preparing for a vibrant future.
Thank you, candidates, for giving residents more insight into why you are running for the board and how you intend to work for our community. SCTV would like to thank the Election Committee for providing the questions and handling the logistics for this candidate panel. Please remember, your vote counts. A 20% quorum is needed to validate this year's election. Many neighborhoods also will be electing neighborhood representatives and alternate neighborhood representatives.